Hi friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about blushes. Patrick Ta just released 3 new blushes and I have 2 to try out for you guys. We have the new Give Beauty blush duos. I picked up 2 of them. We're going to do some swatches. I'm going to do some comparisons. We're going to dive into everything. I do have another blush video to film, but I do have the new Givenchy. Oh gosh, I don't know how to say it. Givenchy, maybe? Whatever. Blushes to try out for you guys. I probably won't film that video until probably tomorrow. We're gonna dive into it. I'm very excited. So grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's dive into it. So the first new shade that we have is one that honestly, I personally wasn't expecting to sell out. I thought the pinky tone one would actually be the one that would sell out, but this one right here is sold out right now on Sephora, but you can still get it on Patrick Ta's website. This is in the shade She's Wanted. This shade is so beautiful. I feel like this is a shade that's going to work on so many different complexions. I already tried out this shade. I posted a YouTube shorts and I posted it on TikTok. So if you're not following your girl on TikTok, definitely head over there and follow your girl. I'm telling y'all, TikTok sees a lot of things first, but in case if you missed the YouTube shorts or the TikTok, I'm going to be applying this on one side of my face today. And then the other blush that we have is the one that I actually purchased myself. Patrick Ta's team did send over She's Wanted, but I picked up She's Giving. This is the prettiest Barbie pink blush and I cannot wait to try this out. I have really been into more Barbie toned blushes like this. I'm very excited to dive into this one as well. So before we dive into the comparisons, I am gonna put these on the face. It kind of works out that I got 2 out of the 3 shades because I only have 2 cheeks, you know, so it's gonna be easier to apply the blushes. Now the last shade that he came out with, I decided not to pick that one up because I felt like it was very similar to She's Baked. If I didn't have She's Baked and I just saw both of those, I would have still immediately gone for She's Baked because I feel like that is a much more deeper terracotta tone and I felt like that's going to be the shade that's going to work the best for deeper complexions. So if you're eyeing that new shade from him and you're not sure if it's going to work for you, I highly recommend checking out She's Baked because that one is a lot deeper and it's so stunning. So we're going to go into She's Wanted. So Patrick Ta has this really cool technique where he says to go in with the powder first and then the cream. Going in with the cream on top of the powder is going to give it more of like a dewy skin-like kind of finish, and believe it or not, it works. That's how I'm going to apply the blushes today. So I am going to go into the powder first. This is such a stunning shade. This shade is absolutely stunning. Especially going into the fall and the winter, this is going to be a go-to shade. This is the blush tone that I tend to go for. Just having this in Patrick Ta's formula, very excited about it because I really love his formula. But just look at this. This is stunning. Just with the powder on, I'm set. This is all that I need. But I feel like this is going to work for a lot of different complexions. Going into the cream with my sponge. Ooh, so pretty. I'm just going to go right on top of that powder and it just helps it to melt into the skin. I don't have any problems with this technique, you know, lifting up my foundation or anything like that. I did go in with a little bit too much, but hello, for the video, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go in with my powder puff and kind of go over the top. This is what I like to do whenever I have whenever I put on blush. I just like to go in with my powder puff and kind of just blend it seamlessly under the eyes. Just like this. I feel like with this look today that I have going on, this would be so perfect, but I want to dive into She's Giving. So let me grab another brush and I'm going to go into the powder once again and I'm just going to tap this. Oh, this is pretty and very pigmented. Wow. I feel like a lot of blush tones like this that I have in my collection, I have to build them up to get this intense pigment, but not with this one. This one has intense pigment on its own. And this is a much more cooler toned pink. So, oh, this is really beautiful. Wow, that is stunning. And I really did not have to build this up. That's stunning. Okay, now I'm going to take the opposite side of my sponge in this blush. And I'm just going to press on top just to give it more of like that skin-like. Now, you don't have to do this technique, but if you wanted to try it, it's really fun to try. Anytime I go in with Patrick Ta's blushes, I always just do his recommended technique because I do like the overall skin-like finish that it gives. Why is this shade so beautiful? This is just in time for the Barbie movie. I feel like on deeper complexions, this is gonna look absolutely stunning. I know pinks like this can look a little bit ashy on deeper complexions, but girl, no. This is perfection, and you don't even have to build it up to get intense pigment like this. This is stunning. So I'm loving this shade. Honestly, I don't know which one I prefer more because this is just absolutely beautiful. I feel like She's Wanted is definitely a shade I'm gonna reach for the fall and the winter 100%. But this one, I feel like right now in the kind of tones of blushes I've been going for, this is the tone that I would reach for right now in the summertime. Let's do a little bit of a comparison. I do have this blush palette from Patrick Ta. When he released it, this went crazy viral and it was very hard to get, but I do have the pink shade in here. This is the shade, what shade is that? She's a Doll, which is not as bright and vibrant as She's Giving. I'm definitely preferring She's Giving because of the tones, but I'm gonna pop a comparison up on the screen for you so you can just see the difference. Out of the two, I definitely recommend She's Giving because I feel like it's much more vibrant and will show up on, like I said, a lot of different skin tones. I've tried She's a Doll and that really wasn't my favorite shade to apply. I remember when I first tried out this palette, She's a Doll was not a go-to for me. I really had to build it up to get it to show up. And definitely not a shade that I reach for out of this palette, but now that I have She's Giving, I don't have to worry about that. Now for She's Wanted, Patrick Ta does not have a shade like She's Wanted. So I looked at my House Labs blushes. I remember someone asked me under my YouTube short, they asked me did I think She's Wanted was similar to Watermelon Bliss. Definitely not. They are not the same at all. Watermelon Bliss is a very red toned blush, whereas She's Wanted is more of a berry. Now, to my surprise, I don't know why I did not think of Acai Sky from House Labs with She's Wanted, because when I tell you they are the exact same color, they're the exact same color. The powders, okay, are the exact same. This is crazy. I did not think that these two would be similar. Acai Sky is no longer available on Sephora from House Labs, which is so crazy to me because I didn't even know that these were limited edition. This is a great alternative. You also get a cream blush with it, so like what more could you ask for? You also get a 2-in-1 and it also costs less, which is absolutely insane. So those two are very, very similar. So if you have Acai Sky, you might not want She's Wanted, but I will tell you, I love the fact that you get 2-in-1 from Patrick Ta. For She's Giving, I also wanted to compare House Labs Dragon Fruit Days. I feel like once again, the powder on both of these is exactly the same. I really am very impressed with both of these shades. I already love his formula and I feel like She's Wanted is definitely wanted. I feel like She's Giving is definitely giving. I have no complaints with these blushes. So these blushes retail for $28. They released 6 shades in this launch, which I think is pretty good. And the shade range is also really amazing. There's literally something for everyone with this shade range. So I picked up 2 shades. The first shade I picked up is Ex-Girlfriend, which is a really pretty pinky toned. I'm loving my pink tone blushes. And then I also picked up Crush on You, which is more of like a burnt terracotta type of shade. I can't pass up a burnt terracotta. I love blushes like that. These are a duo of talc-free blushes. In the duo, there's a silky satin and a vibrant radiant finish. It says it can be worn alone or layered to give your cheeks a fresh burst of color and an instant plumping effect. The packaging. I love the packaging from Gxve. I think it is so beautiful and it feels really, really luxe. This is so stunning. I love the overall vibe of this. This definitely does scream Gwen Stefani. When you open it up, you get a really big mirror and it says me, you, yours on it, which is so cute. You can pop this in your purse and you literally can see your whole face with this mirror. So that is amazing. But you have the 2 blush duos. So you have the more radiant blush on the top. Then you have the corresponding powder blush. Now, I do wish that one was a cream and one was a powder, only because she did that for her contour duo, and I liked that idea. Glowy blush is very much in, so I get the route that they took. I would have loved to have seen what their cream formula would have been like. Now, this is heavily fragrance. I'm gonna take some of the powder. There's a lot of kick up in the pan, and then I'm just going to, yeah, you can definitely smell that. I don't know why they put that fragrance in their products, but this is really pretty. Wow, this is stunning. So I am building it up with a couple of layers. Just can't help but smell the smell of the powder. I don't know why they put fragrance in their products, because it doesn't need it, but wow, is this shade not stunning? I'm gonna go into the more radiant one, and I'm just gonna dust this on the top. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. It's not like glittery or anything. It just adds like a beautiful sheen to it. And I like that. That just looks really pretty on the skin. It just makes the skin look healthy and more just like, I don't know, alive. So that is really stunning. That's pretty. I like this. I actually like this duo a lot more than I thought that I would. I think this is stunning. Maybe I am happy they didn't put the cream in here. Because I do like the fact that you can make the blush radiant, or you can use the radiant blush on its own, depending on your preference and how you're feeling. But this shade is stunning. I am even more excited to try this shade, which is Crush on You. Once again, going in with the powder. This is a really beautiful, almost everyday color. I'm just gonna build this up. This is definitely a buildable blush, so I do like that. Oh, that fragrance. It's like really heavily fragrance. I cannot say that enough. That is beautiful. All right, taking the radiant side and just going over this with, I feel like I should have got a smaller brush, but this is beautiful. I like these blushes. Wow. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't really expecting this. But these are very gorgeous. Like, I don't know, I think I prefer this blush more. This is definitely more of like a more like everyday blush. I would reach for this all the time. I do love this pink tone blush. Let me know which blush you guys prefer. I like them both. I like how easily blendable the formula is. I like how the radiant blush is not glittery. Only thing that I just don't like about this blush is how heavily fragranced it is. I am very sensitive to heavily fragranced things. If it has like a light fragrance, then that's fine, but you can't help but smell the fragrance once you're applying the blush on the face. So if fragrance is a no-go for you, I don't think you're gonna like these blushes, because the fragrance is intense and I don't like that. The formula of these blushes is absolutely beautiful. I definitely think that I like Crush on You a lot more. I just like these more burnt terracotta, almost red tone kind of blushes for more everyday looks. Like, I would reach for this every single day. And then I also really like this pinky tone one. I know there's a lot of pink tone. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of tones like these blushes already on the market, but I think it's a really pretty formula. I just wish it was not fragrant. All right, as far as comparisons, I'm gonna pop some up on the screen for you. We're gonna start off with Ex-Girlfriend. I pulled out some other pinky toned blushes in my collection to kind of compare it to. This is not a unique blush shade, so there are a lot of other blushes on the market that look just like this one. And then as far as Crush on You, I feel like this is also not a super unique shade. I do love shades like this though, so I do have quite a few in my collection already, so no surprise there. But overall, I really like the formula of these. I just wish they weren't heavily fragranced like they are. I don't really smell it too much now that the blush is on my skin, but applying this, it's like the fragrance knocks you out in the face. I do hope this video was helpful. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.